Thank you, Zimbabwe, for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. This is Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness, a platform which was specifically created for our farming community here in Zimbabwe. This is where we discuss sustainability in agriculture and at the same time, speaking of issues to do with profitability, the return per dollar invested in your ventures. Now, as you can see, I am standing in a tobacco field, which is also going towards senescence. I'm talking of maturity. The leaf is ripened. As you can see, there is mottling. We are going towards senescence, and it is where we are reaping. If you can see at this stalk, these are the final leaves, the top leaves. We are talking of chipurura mushona, chipurura chakasvika chine chikumba. This is where most of our Zimbabwean farmers get $5.20, $5.40, $4.80, depending on handling, curing, and also grading. We are going to be looking at various aspects of tobacco production, also even looking at how our farmers can remain profitable in this venture. They have also started reaping from the primings. We went on to the lags, we went on to the cutters, then we went on to the leaf, and this is the final stage, the top leaf, where the Zimbabwean farmer can be profitable when it comes to tobacco production. We are going to cross over to the podium and listen to various speeches that will be ranging from agri-techs. We have the agri-techs personnel here talking to our farmers in terms of sustainability when it comes to tobacco production. Stay tuned.
Kufodya kana fodya yakanzi inonipa 4.5 tons per hectare. Ngandivavarire kuti ndisvike pa 4.5 tons per hectare ndisati ndada kuenda kunowedzera ndima, nokuti ndinogona kuwedzera ndima ndigorima 3 hectares ndigobuda ne 3000 kgs. Mumwe munhu agorima 1 hectare agobuda ne 3000 kgs. Warasikirwa nezvizhinji pavaviri ivava ndiani? Ane 3 hectares handiti vashandi, fuel, pakunorima, pamwe mainputs awaisa ipapo, asi ukaconcentrata zvese pakandima kadiki ukawana goal guru unenge wava businessman. Kana titaura nhau yekuti take farming as a business, kana kuti tindiri business farmer ndiri businessman, zvinoda proper planning. Mumwe munhu unogona kungosvika woti ndinoda kurima 10 hectares asi bhani rako rakakura sei, rinotakura chii panguva yoga yoga. Saka zvese izvi zviri kubva munhau yekuita sei, yekuronga. Ndiri panhau yefodya pane nhau inotishungurudza zvikuru, nhau yekuchengetedza atiri kuti malegislative dates edu ekufodya. Patakatenderera mwaka wapfuura uzvu takatanga kutenderera tichiona kutemwa kwemaguni. Maguni mazhinji vamwe vanga vasina kutema. Ndokuzotenderera zvakare tichiona kuti mumabhani muchine debris iriko here. Debris takaiwana iri mumwe mabhani. Murimi wangu unogona kuita usimbe woti hai zvamheno, asi andoda kuti uzive ndechekuti ndiwo unenge wauraya industry yemunhu wese wega. Pauri kurega kutema maguni, pauri kurega kuclear bhani, ziva kuti tauraya ikonomi yenyika, ndauraya vamwe varimi vanodhiraya netobacco. Nokuti zvichauya zvirwere, achauya mapests ari kunzi akwaniswe kukontrolewa nemadhetsi akaiswa iwayo nehurumende. Vanhu votadza kuzomakontrola. Fodya yedu hatichakwanisi kurima. Waunozoti akanganisa ndiani? Ndiwe usina kuita pako. Kana tada kuti tiikiwe fodya yedu nemiti, zvakanaka kuti mumwe nemumwe ari kuita fodya ave newoodlot yake yaanoziva kuti ipapa ndo pandichazotema huni dzangu dzekuti ndipisise fodya yangu. Nokuti kana tinge tatema miti ndo zvimwe zvezvinhu zviri kukonzeresa climate change. Saka isusu ngativei vanhu vanocontributa towards reduction yeclimate change nokudzvara miti.
Munoziva kuti for every month yedelay you lose potentially about 1,000 or a ton. September 4 tons potential, October 3 tons, November 2 tons, December 1 ton. Saka tikandokasika topindawo pakati, ukarima nguva iripo unyoro huripo, crop iyo fodya kana yakaita zvese zvekunesi zvekuisimbaradza, fodya haife, haitombofi ukaisima nemvura zvakanaka. Ndizvo ngatizivezve. Inoshingirira zvokuti unoshamiswa nazvo, waita fodya vanozvizivezve. Asi key yacho is early plowing. Saka ndiri kukumbira yavo TIMB kuti please tibatsirei kuti ma contractors zvinganetsa here kuidentifya farmer ari kushingirira kuti uyu regai titomuti chivhato tsvagwa nokurimira tokurimira ndozvo ndoda kuti waite izvozvo. Chechipiri, panyaya yeunaku kupisa kwefodya kune basa tinozviziva nokuti ndio poto yacho. Ukabika mbudza basa rese raitwa uku ratopera. Munharaunda munomu macontractors mazhinji TIMB munovakurudzira hai pai vanhu marasha, asi mati mamotera kuona marasha achishandiswa. Marasha haasi kushandiswa nokuti marasha tinoziva kuti anoda mablowers, anoda zvekublowers, anoda zvekufuridzwa. Marasha haafuti ega sehuni. Saka unozoona kuti marasha anongotorwa ungounganidzwa, vanhu vaenda kuhuni futi. Hazvimbodi kuti muende kure muone zviri kuitika distraction. Iyo zvindiri pano ndazevezerwa nemumwe mukuru sabhuku zvikanzi vamudzengerera. Saka ngano nyaya yehuni wari wefodya watikuwadza. Saka ndati ndizvitaure kuti please, yes, macontractors muri kuvakurudzira kuti ipai vanhu marasha, asi ndiri kufunga kuti inini package yeassistance ngaidzoke futi kumashure. Rocket bands iwo ayaya ngavachibatsira kana nemasolar blowers. Zvingava zvanyanya kudhura here please? Hazvinganyanya kuti pane masolar blowers anogona kushandiswa pakublowa marasha iwaya. Saka ndoda kuti inini TIMB please, wari kutibatsira ava ngavarege kunge wari kungoda zvavari kuda chete, asi isu tisiya taparadza nyika tisingakwanisi kuzoenderera mberi. Saka wakurudzirei kuti ngavape package yeassistance yese, and it doesn't have to be paid one season. Ipaiwo murimi nguva wawane kuzvidzorera zvinhu izvozvo izvo.
On that note, viewers, we have come to the end of the first segment. Stay tuned. Tobacco production, tobacco handling. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness. We are here in the second segment of your program. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer, Wadzanai Manyore. It's on 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on Twitter, and our Twitter handle there is at Agribusiness110. Leave your comments and suggestions on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are going to carry on with our program talking of tobacco production, sustainability in tobacco production. Stay tuned.
Vamudzengerere vari mafodya yavo zvakanaka naka, handiti vaenda vanotengesa fodya yavo. Kune vamwe vasingadi kushanda vatachitaura, vanozoda kurobha vanhu vanenge vatachi mari dzavo. Saka vanhu vakadaro ivavo tinofanira kuvangwarira. Saka pamuri kunotengesa fodya dzenyu, mufana unge muri vanhu vakaita sei vakamutsa-mutsa. Handiti bhozi munonotengesera kuHarare, handiti kune vanhu vakatomirira izvozvo zvokuda kurobha vanenge vaita sei vatengesa fodya dzavo. Isusu sevarimi ndofunga tinoisirwa mari, imwe mari mumaaccounts, asi tinozowana varimi vachida kupa munhu asingazivi, otomutrasta munhu aona ipapo, omuudza kuti ndikuda kutora mari yangu, otomuudza nepin number yekadhi iroro. Ngatirege kudaro, bhozi achatokuteerera munhu iyeye obva akubira zvise nekadhi iroro, nemari yose yefodya yawashanda inobva yaita se yaenda woshandira nhema. Saka ngatiregei kutrasta vanhu vese vese, ngatizvitrastei. Pin number yekadhi inofanira kuzikanwa newe chete, handiti ndizvo?
Saka nawe yandinayo pano ndenyaya inonzi side marketing. Side marketing ndingangoitaura nemutauro wedu ndichiti kutengeswa kana kutengwa kwefodya pamisika isiri pamutemo. Nawe kuti kwavapiwa ma-inputs maita chiwirirano chekuti kana uchizenge wakohwa ndokwauchandotengesa fodya yako, iwe wozosarudza kuti hauchada kundotengesa ikoko. Ndo yatiri kuti iside marketing. Saka ndine nyaya dzandoda kuti ndipe chenjedzo kuvarimi kuti dzisazoitwa, nekuti idzodzo dzinotsanangura kuitwa kweside marketing. Chekutanga, imhosva varimi kuti kana muchinge makohwa fodya yenyu mobva mati mainini ndakanzwa kuti mune grower number, chitakura iwo fodya yangu yandari mainini mondoitengesa kuHarare kana kungave kuChinhoyi kana kungave kupi kunotengeswa fodya kana ukarowe. iyo imhosva nekuti inokurudzira side marketing. Noti zvazvinoreva ndezvekuti stop order yatataura nezvayaiye haichakwanisa kuidentifya chikwereti chako iwo chawakatora mainputs, nokuti wandotengesa negrower number ramainini vanogona kunge vanga vasina kukwereta any mainputs kubva kuna contract. Saka tiri kupai chenjedzo varimi nokuti section 29 inonzi Tobacco Industry Marketing Act chapter 18.20 inotaura kuti ukabatwa uchiita saizvozvo unogona kutongerwa kugara mujeri kwegore rimwe chete kana ukabhadhariswa fine. Saka tiri kupai chenjedzo varimi kuti kana wari mafodya yako usape mumwe munhu kuti anokutengesera, iwo usatangure fodya yausina kurima uchienda kunotengesa kumisika inotengeswa fodya.
This farm has set an example of tobacco farming excellence and has done exceptionally well. May I take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Mzengerere again and his team for a job well done. This farm is an ideal demonstration of dedication and commitment to superior tobacco production. At TIMB, we are working towards promotion of superior tobacco production, where 95% of Zimbabwean tobacco is in quality ranges 1 to 3 by 2025, and this model farm is a step in the right direction. I would like to appreciate small-scale farmers for contributing greatly to the volume and quality of tobacco being produced in Zimbabwe. As per the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development's State of Preparedness for the 2021-2022 summer cropping season, the target is to produce a total of 250 million kilograms of tobacco. Last year we sold 211 kilograms. This year we want to go further. With the workmanship we have witnessed here today, I am confident we can reach the target and even surpass it as we work towards a $5 billion tobacco industry by 2025. Agriculture is at the epicenter of Vision 2030. To achieve an upper middle income economy status, we must transform tobacco production from surplus-oriented farming to small and medium enterprises. Tobacco is one of the main contributors to the agricultural sector, accounting for over 50% of agricultural exports and 25% of the agriculture GDP. As a result, the tobacco value chain supports at least 150,000 households, most of whom are smallholder farmers. Most of us take it for granted, but farming is a business. It is a means to an end. If contractors adopt a perpetual culture of early distribution of farming inputs, and we all benefit from good rains, we should be able to develop proper business models for our tobacco farming.
Now, viewers, if you look at the United Nations Agenda Vision 2030, SDG number 12 speaks of responsibility and sustainability when it comes to production, which is what we're talking about in this episode. We're looking at sustainable production systems of tobacco here in Zimbabwe. On that note, we have come to the end of the second segment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. We are in the third and final segment of your episode, still at it, talking of tobacco production. We are here in Mashonaland West, in BANKET, at Mr. Mzengerere's premises, where we are going to be talking of production and sustainability in tobacco production. At this point in time, I am joined by Mr. Brighton Nyangombe. He is the regional manager here in Mashonaland West with the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board. Mr. Nyangombe, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Adonai.
Yes, I would like to commend you on your work and how you have managed to pull the crowds to come to a field day, because every field day is an opportunity to cross-pollinate, and it's where farmers learn through observation. Thank you so much for that. As we get into our discussion, Mr. Nyangombe, what are some of the activities that farmers are expected to be undertaking, given that we are headed towards the opening of the tobacco marketing season, 30 March and 31 March?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Zanaya. We are left with almost a month before the commencement of the 2022 marketing season. In the farms, farmers are busy topping, reaping, and curing. So as a guidance, please, farmers, make sure that you maintain a sucker-free field.
Okay.
Because if you maintain suckers, there is a high chance you lose your weight. Every sucker will result in a drastic reduction in weight. In tobacco, we only focus mainly on two things: quality and tonnage. That's the weight.
Okay.
So make sure you remove all the suckers so that farmers, you benefit more. This time of the period, make sure your fields are still weed free.
Okay.
The more you have weeds in the fields, this will increase or exacerbate the rate of your crop ripening.
Okay.
Weed free field will give you ample time to do all your reaping on time. If you happen to increase weeds or to leave weeds, thinking that the crop is already full grown, it will result in increase in rate of ripening. This will also affect your rotation cycle in terms of reaping. You have a chance of losing some leaves in the field. So once the crop is fully grown, make sure it's weed free and you do not leave leaves in the field. As you can see in this field, the field is very clean.
Yes.
The rate of leaves ripening is very slow. This will give ample time for the farmer to finish the 7-day cycle for all his crops, for all the fields. You reduce the burn pressure. So as growers, please make sure suckers are free in the fields, weeds are free in the fields. Make sure whenever you are doing this tobacco business, your burn capacity must be equal to the land holding capacity. What you grow in the lands must be sustainable to the burn capacity. Currently, we now have farmers who have a tendency of growing many hectares of tobacco, but the burn capacity is not equal to the tobacco in the field.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Nyangombe. I like that you always the fact of maintaining your field weed free, even as we head towards senescence or maturity. You'd find that not just in tobacco, even in maize production or even in beans or other food crops that are being produced, people would say that if you are headed towards senescence or if you are headed towards maturity, like as you can see, this is the top leaf, they would say that why should I waste money on focusing on weeds, hiring labor to do weeding? Why should I do that? But here you are telling the farmers that leaving your field infested with weeds will also increase the rate of ripening, which will be detrimental to you because it will put pressure on your barns. As we round off, Mr. Nyangombe, this is the second field day that has been blessed to attend, organized by the Tobacco Industry Marketing Board. Your final words, your word of advice to our farming community in terms of attending field days. I understand that after every field day, farmers get food, free food, drinks and beverages. But in terms of getting knowledge and cross-pollinating and mingling and mixing, your sentiments and your word of advice.
Thank you. As you see, this field day was comprised of many farmers, both directly involved in tobacco and other which are part of the tobacco industry. They provide service providers to the tobacco industry. They've got a lot of information which was discussed, and I think farmers, as you can see, they are not worried about food, but the information they got from this field day is very beneficial. So I encourage all the tobacco farmers, all maize farmers, any farmer or any grower of the green leaf must always attend where issues of agriculture are being discussed, since we are now taking agriculture as a business, focusing to Vision 2030. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nyangombe. They heard it, viewers. This is Mr. Nyangombe. He is the regional manager here in Mashonaland West with the Tobacco Industry Marketing Board, emphasizing on attending field days for our farming community here. He was referring to our farmers as business people. They are not just producers, but they are business people, because farming indeed can be a formidable business if you apply all the business ethics and principles as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. We are here in the third and final segment of your program. And at this point in time, I have taken the liberty of inviting Miss Sheila Baureni. She is a tobacco expert and also an arbitrator with the Tobacco Industry Marketing Board. Today, she was acting as our MC, undertaking several activities and directing people in the tent here, there where we're having several speeches from our guest of honor and the various farmers who graced this event. Sheila, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Wadza.
Yes. As we get into our discussion, Sheila, you would understand that as we are in this industry, whenever quantity is raised, quality is compromised.
Yes.
But then again, these are the issues that are anchored on profitability.
Yeah.
You cannot have profits if you're not producing quantity and at the same time quality.
Yes.
Your sentiments on that and your word of advice to our farming community.
Yes, you have said it right, Wadza. What we are saying and what we had always emphasized to our growers is that don't just aim quantity,
yes,
but aim quality. So we are saying as we are heading towards the opening of the marketing season, we are saying as you are going to deliver your crop, you as a farmer, you need to be confident with what you are delivering, because that's where your money is.
Yes.
So we are saying instead of just aiming kgs, also aim proper quality. I think you heard our guest of honor emphasize that we are targeting qualities first to third.
Very
but
true.
we're saying by the year 2025, at least 80% of the crop that is being produced in our country should aim to achieve qualities 1 to 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Sheila. I want you to touch on issues surrounding classification, in the sense that you're a tobacco expert. You have been in the field up and about for quite a long time.
Yes.
You've seen a lot of things, a lot of styles and qualities being produced.
Yes.
Your sentiments in terms of handling, grading, packaging, can you touch on that?
Yes. What I can say, grading or classification starts right from the field.
Yes.
I will not go through from the seedbed, but I'll start from what we are looking at.
Yes.
This is the crop that is already being reaped. They've taken, I think, more than 4 reaps there.
Yes.
So we are saying grading starts from the way you are going to reap your crop. We say as a farmer, avoid what we call baboon reaping. This is whereby you strip off everything from the plants.
Okay.
Automatically we have mixed different leaves of different maturity, of different characteristics in terms of stature,
Yes.
in terms of texture. So we are saying, as a farmer, as you reap, go stage by stage, starting from the bottom right to the tip. That's where grading starts. Also in the barn, when you're curing, cure stage by stage. You remove your crop from the barn, you put in a grading shed where you are going to slate pack it. Make sure it's going at every stage by stage, not mixing different stages of reaps. So we are saying you start your grading right from the field into the curing barn, into the grading shed, at whatever stage. Then when it comes to baling your crop, you know very well which ones are your primings, which one is your second reap, and you bale according to the plant stage,
Yes.
according to the stages at which you have removed your crop from the field. So when you come and deliver your crop for sale, it's a bale that is laid. We want you as a farmer to already have been grouped your crop.
Yes.
You know, when you look at your crop, you know this is my first, my second, my third. Grouping is very critical for you to have a smooth sale and an excellent sale.
Okay.
So when the classifiers come and put a grade, they are just putting a grade according to what they are seeing in the barrel.
Yes, thank you so much Sheila. Nekuti dzimwe nguwa kuma flows uko unoona dzimwe nguwa bhero reseko, rimwe bhero risina makona, rimwe re-round, and yetoshaya kuti zvazofamba sei bhero ranga rim baling box ragadzirwa ne baling box. As we round off our segment, Sheila, your final words, your word of advice, you're an arbitrator. You intervene between a farmer and the contractor or the merchant. Your word of advice to the farming community in terms of building their confidence when it comes to approaching the selling points when the season comes.
My word of advice to the farmers, the growers of today, seek knowledge. Attend trainings.
Yes.
Whenever there's a call for you to attend a field day or a training session, there are a lot of organizations that are on the ground. Even our TIMB staff, we have our field officers, they organize some groups to train people in collaboration with other stakeholders. I encourage all the growers, please acquire knowledge, attend trainings, have the know-how from the start to the end of the crop.
Yes.
You need to do your things well informed.
Thank you so much, Sheila. There you heard it, viewers. This was Sheila Bowden here, emphasizing on the fact of acquiring knowledge, attend trainings, be friends nemadumeni munzvimbo dzatakagarisana nadzo. The tobacco industry is a very strategic industry. It rakes in millions of dollars per season due to our farmers who produce tobacco. Now, if you look at the value chain, it emanates from research, where we have various institutions participating in the research of tobacco. We are looking at climate-smart varieties, high-yielding varieties, disease-tolerant varieties, all that being done by our researchers here in the tobacco industry. Moving right along, we also have where we come to production. This is where our Zimbabwean farmers are found. They produce the tobacco so that they make a living out of it. They repay their debts, they repay their loans. And we move on to processing. We have tobacco processors here in Zimbabwe who process the tobacco and package it, whether into cigarettes and also into different compartments and components that can be used for medicines here in Zimbabwe. From processing, we go on to marketing, which is where we are headed on the 30th of March, the 31st of March of 2022, which is where the tobacco marketing season officially starts. And our Zimbabwean farmers are going to be coming with their produce, their top leaf chupurura, starting from primings, going to lags, going to cutters, the leaf, then the final top leaf. Finally, we go on to consumption, which is where we go on to export and rake in millions of dollars, the much needed foreign currency for our economy. On that note, viewers, we have come to the end of this week's edition. From me, Wadzanai Manyore, I'm also on Instagram, it's W Manyore, and the crew behind the scenes. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.